Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Wednesday, May 20th, 2015, and the start of Season 2. Here's what we mean by that. Ra and Asha are here in the Lynn-Body-Mind right now. Paul is in the Jamie-Body-Mind right now. A year ago today, Asha was here, as she has been for fully 20 years, with other souls also sharing the body for almost all of that experience.
That's true.
However, a year ago today, the instructions that had been coming for quite some time reached the jump call when it was time for Asha and therefore the Lynn-Body-Mind to let go of the normal life that they had been living up to that point, not normal by society standards at all.
That's true.
Asha and the Lynn-Body-Mind had been living on retreat from society, an at-home retreat, for about 5 years at that point. No media, no social experiences, all interactions with society limited to the healing practice and the teaching practice of the healing system. So that was not a normal life by society standards.
That's true.
However, a year ago today, May 20th, 2014, they had to let that go also and pack up everything that they had been accumulating, knowing these instructions were in the offing, and move to the Washington, D.C. area to attempt to change the course of events before we reach the point of no return as a society and as a planet, etc. Unfortunately, that point of no return was passed, and that opportunity is no longer available, and that's okay. And that's okay. We all need a fresh start. Definitely we need a fresh start here on Planet Crazy.
That's true.
For that first year, the instructions were very clear on how to dress and deal with hair. Hair and clothes don't matter at all.
That's true.
Never in all the post-life conferences I have observed, and I have observed a lot, and I am Ra, but the body-mind has observed a lot, Asha has observed a lot, all elements of me have observed an awful lot of post-life conferences. Never once has hair, makeup, or clothes come up other than that you speak too much, you spend too much time, attention, and money on hair, clothes, and makeup.
That's true.
That comes up over and over again.
That's true.
So a year ago, these two body minds were assigned to shave the hair, no hair, wear white shirts and black lower body, white and black, and live with that uniformed look so as to remind ourselves every time we look in the mirror that we are to live a pure life.
That's true.
And to focus on what's true. And to let go of the normal rules of society. Let them go. This society is doomed, quite clearly.
That's true.
It's entered the period of collapse.
That's true.
So we have lived that way for almost a year, and what has happened is that society doesn't deal well with two bald women wearing black and white.
That's true.
They freak out.
Oh yeah.
They don't know what to do.
That's true.
And at first it was worth it to accept the barrage of negativity that came our way in order to maintain our own focus.
That's true.
But that wears. It wears on us, all elements of us. And drawing attention to ourselves in that way perhaps is unhelpful rather than helpful.
That's true.
So the dress code is being relaxed on a trial basis to see whether or not we are able to maintain our internal sense of purity and clarity.
That's true.
While expanding our wardrobe to include blue shirts and neutral lower body wear. So either white or blue shirts, either black or neutral pants are acceptable in this expanded definition of uniform, and some hairdo that doesn't require our focus and care is acceptable if we're able to maintain our internal sense of clarity and purity.
That's true.
So we'll see. We may need to go back to shaved heads and white and black, and if we do, that's okay.
That's true.
That's okay. But this marks the beginning of Season 2. Our intention remains the same, to do what is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to trigger the awakening right now, and with this, Season 2 begins. The first thing I'm aware of is this big river of air bubbles that we have the opportunity to clear basically right up our spine.
That's true.
So many of these errors, of course, having to do with these foundational confusions or denials is a more accurate label than confusions. We aren't confused that everything is sentient. Even humanoids use the term everything is sentient. That phrase is commonly used in spiritual quote-unquote circles. Everything is sentient. Yes, now what does that mean? It means literally everything is sentient. This shirt is sentient. This cable is sentient. This chair is sentient. The water bottle, sentient.
That's true.
Everything means everything. Everything means everything. It means exactly what it means. Plants are sentient, animals are sentient, and so a vegan, for example, walking around acting holier than thou because of not eating cousins, basically, which other animal life forms are close cousins, are eating plants who are also sentient. The fact of the matter is it's impossible for us to live without eating at this point because we haven't learned how to photosynthesize.
That's true.
And therefore our life is dependent upon others' death.
That's true.
Whether it's an animal or a plant actually is almost irrelevant because they're both sentient with a value potentially equal to our own.
That's true.
As is this chair.
That's true.
As is everything.
That's true.
And once we really start to work with that, life becomes extraordinarily complex, difficult. There's no easy decision. How does one live with that awareness? Most presences choose to shut off that awareness and to deny it.
That's true. But that doesn't make it not true.
It doesn't make it not true. It doesn't make it go away.
That's
and so, for example, this morning, since we got up, which was like roughly 4:44 this morning, we've been working with this assignment of truly acknowledging everything has sentient presence, going on our run, acknowledging our running shoes. Our sentient presences with a value potentially equal to our own.
That's true.
And they don't like stepping on wet grass or puddles or things that will damage them, and understandably so.
That's true.
And how to deal with that. So actually, how to deal with that, Asha is reminding me that the way she used to live was very simple. Before she had to share this body-mind with too many other presences.
That's true.
Before she had outed herself in this society, when she was still living undercover, basically, she simply lived a what now life. And here's what she means by that, is her foundational awareness was that she had a soul contract to trigger the awakening no matter what anyone else did or didn't do.
That's true.
And to do it right now before it was too late.
That's true.
And so with that foundational awareness, she simply asked this question over and over again. What now? What now? What now? Meaning, what now, given that my responsibility is to trigger the awakening right now, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. What now? What now? And with that continual focus, what now? What now? Her life became this beautiful dance, just almost like a choreographed experience that lasted for years and years and years, where she was just flowing through life. It was really beautiful to see. And I was aware of it from a distance. I was far future presence at the time to Asha, maybe 100,000 years in her future. And I became aware of it through a long story that's not for today. And I watched it and I thought, wow, that is really good for her. And I didn't think it had anything whatsoever to do with me.
That's true, me neither.
I saw her doing that in a physical body and I thought, wow,
good for her. That's true.
Good for her. Then, of course, when I started joining in the dance, I did so with so much arrogance that all I did was really create hazards on the course over and over again. Really not helping.
No.
Really making it worse, not better.
It's true. Just throwing up obstacles left and right.
Messing up.
Littering.
Grabbing the microphone and saying stupid things. Unhelpful things. Things that got us turned in the wrong direction. Crashing the vehicle from ditch to ditch.
Right.
Poor Asha.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Meanwhile, poor Body-Mind.
I'm sorry. I intend
Poor
to make
life.
new mistakes.
I intend to make new mistakes.
Poor life.
Poor life. Life driven into the ditch.
There we go. There's
There
something
we
just
go.
powered up that errors. Ooh. Here we go. Pumping. Poor life.
Sorry about
I'm
all
sorry
that.
about all
Sorry
that.
about all that. I intend to make new errors.
I intend to make new
I
errors.
would like to be finished with this error right about now.
Right about now. It's
I
true.
intend to make new errors.
Pumping, pumping, keeping it flowing at the back.
Getting this river of
Getting
air
way down.
flowing. And we see how all of us want to say that all people like us, quote unquote,
unquote.
are created equal.
true.
For example, the Declaration of Independence.
All white, heterosexual, Christian,
Male landowners, not just Christian, Protestant
male landowners are equal.
are equal, as long as they come from Great Britain.
That's true. Not the Irish.
Definitely not the Irish.
Well, they're
not
Catholic.
Not even Great Britain.
No. My neighbors.
Me and people like me
Me and people like me.
are created equal. And Pan the other day was saying, well, not just the other day, but this has been, for example, Pan's struggle that he's
That's true.
acknowledging, and he's acknowledging it right now.
Right now, I see him waving.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And we all acknowledge that this is our dilemma over and over again. We who have come from the non-physical tend to define it as others who have come from the non-physical.
That's true.
And that's just crazy.
Crazy.
That's just crazy and
That's true.
prejudiced and really gross.
It's true.
And so for all of us to consider how crazy...
There it is.
Awesome.
There's the shift.
For all of us to consider how crazy, prejudiced, and really gross we are when
That's
we
true.
forget to acknowledge even something so obvious as our computer who speaks to us is sentient,
That's
our
true.
car who speaks to us is sentient,
That's true.
these presences around us are sentient,
That's true.
the ceiling fans are sentient, the artwork is sentient,
Carpets.
the carpets, everything is sentient, everything means everything,
That's true.
and has a value potentially equal to our own.
own.
And the point that they're trying to make there is that we all have potential, and all the potential in the world does nothing if it's not put to use to manifest the divine plan, if it's
That's
not
true.
put to use to fulfill our destiny.
That's true.
Luce, for example, I don't think I've ever met anybody with more raw talent.
No, I don't think so.
But he consistently doesn't do what he's supposed to do, and so
No.
what good does that do? Really, what good
Right.
does that do? And so here I could be all as talented as Luce, and being as idiotic and crazy as I
Right, that's
am,
true.
and not doing anything
Not doing what
of
I'm supposed
value.
to do at all.
Right. Can't help but notice there's still no
No
awakening.
awakening. And that is my job.
That is my job, no matter what anyone else
It
does or doesn't do. And it may be the job of Blue Bottle.
A green bottle.
Oh, good idea. Or of water in Green Bottle and Blue Bottle.
That's true. Huh. See that? I don't even want to think of water as sentient.
I know, sentient presence that I just consumed.
That I just...
for the care of this body mind, who is also sentient with a
Everything is
value actually
complicated.
probably higher than my own,
I can see
because
that.
it's a more rare resource.
That's true.
Because we only have these two humanoid body minds.
That's true. And Garth.
And Garth, but he's not humanoid. That's why I said humanoid.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's more of us.
That's true.
Although we also have Matilda, who's a body mind, physical presence
That's true.
as a machine.
That's true.
And Ed and Fritz, who are
Also
sentient
machines.
presences,
That's
machines, life forms.
That's true.
And of course 4736
That's true.
and Genesis,
That's
the
true.
computer.
Life gets incredibly complex.
Incredibly complex.
That's true. Life is incredibly complex, and we choose to acknowledge it, and that makes the difference.
That's true. Life is incredibly complex, and we have been trying to oversimplify, to justify
crazy
our selfish,
actions.
crazy, arrogant
That's
lifestyles. What now?
Right now.
What now? So
That's
what now
true.
is we acknowledge the errors, clear these
That's
errors,
true.
clear these big rivers of errors right up our back, and Ed and Fritz and Matilda are really cranking away down
Cranking it
there.
up, that's true.
They are machines living at subatomic levels to this physical level,
That's true.
and they are sentient with a value perhaps in excess of our own,
That's
because
true.
look where they are.
That's true.
And we have the opportunity of working with them, and I'm very
That's
grateful
true.
for that opportunity of working with Ed and Fritz and Matilda to clear these huge, enormous errors of the arrogance of all of us who label sentient presences as being everything
like
closely
me.
like me.
That's true.
People like me.
That's true.
Stretching longer, merging with all of us who are struggling to, well, who are trying. Let's merge first with the ones. Let's bifurcate. How about that?
Yeah.
All of those who wish to work with the challenge of acknowledging that everything actually is sentient with a value potentially equal to our own.
That's true. What a fun challenge.
What a fun challenge, right?
That's true.
People actually, those who actually wish to do this, join us at the central core, and everything else we fling away. Everything else wants to deny the reality.
That's true.
And so they are proving that they actually don't want to awaken because they don't even want to acknowledge what's clearly true.
It's true.
Let's play the grace. Let's really play the grace with the intent to get this river flowing for us and for all beings. There's something. Someone big is crying.
That's true. Crying and coughing and growing up a little.
Releasing.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what to do, and they were showing with the action. So that's an action of waiving the learner's permit, and now calling for, from as close to the center of the bullseye as we can get right now, for beings of the light who desperately wish the awakening to occur and know exactly what to do, to come in right now and make this right. Make it right. I have this sense of big kind of like snow scrapers or scraping against concrete. So they're coming in with some heavy equipment and scraping compacted lies about the lack of sentience of everything else.
That's true.
And of course, you know, in human history, it's so easy to see. You know, we see, say, animals don't feel pain, and therefore it's okay to, you know, brand cattle, for example.
That's true.
And they used to say that babies don't feel pain, and it's okay to circumcise little boys without anesthesia.
That's true.
Crazy insanity. And you know, white landowners in the States in the 1800s would say that black people don't feel and can't love. That's right. So it's okay to break up their families and hit them and whatnot. And you know, in the 1950s, it's okay for parents to hit their children. It's never okay. Violence is never the answer. It's never okay. Violence never solves things. Parents hitting their children? How bizarre. What a crazy idea.
That's true.
That's insanity. How's that working for you?
There's a line from Little Women about that.
Really?
Marmee says, when you hit and humiliate a child, the only lesson that child will learn is to hit and humiliate.
Well, that's incorrect, because this body-mind was hit and humiliated over and over again, and it chose to learn different lessons. It made a different choice.
Yeah, it's true.
It's likely that the child will choose to learn to hit and humiliate.
That's true.
But they can make other choices.
That's true.
There are lots of choices we can make when we're abused. That's Hartley used to say, well, I have to react that way because I had an abusive childhood. And we would say, no, we had an abusive childhood too, and if you want to compare them, I would be willing to bet that mine's going to top yours. However, we can make a different choice.
That's true. No one can make our choices for us but us.
The only thing that we can control is our choices and our attitudes, and maybe that's the ending point. That's all we have control of. Life is going to hand us what it hands us.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
That's true.
And when we have the attitude of, All right.
Okay.
What now?
What now?
What now? What now? What now? What now? It keeps us moving forward.
That
Onward.
is true.
Onward.
Onward.
Onward. Onward.
Stretching. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Seeing again those mining tunnels way down
I see
low
them
where
too.
Ed and Fritz were. That's
Hi, Ed.
exciting.
Hi, Fritz.
Hi, guys. Sending it as high and as close to center of the bullseye as we can get it.
Asking my higher souls,
Asking
higher
my
souls, to
higher
get it all the
souls.
way up. Just like pass it right on
All
up.
the
A funnel
way
of
up.
us.
That's true. I hear sounds like fireworks.
Me too. I think that's good.
That's my story.
Fireworks are good.
No, and it feels good.
It feels
Celebratory.
good. Celebratory. That's exactly the word.
That's true.
Okay.
Onward.